Hey everybody, Sonia Davis here, and this is another video on clipping magic. I actually had a friend of mine. He wants to take this picture and clip this guy out and create another um, picture so that he can customize the text on here, whatever else he wants. So I decided to shoot a video to show you exactly how I would model this same picture, yet giving you the opportunity to, change the wording and stuff on it. Okay, so the first thing I would do is upload this picture to Clipping Magic. So let's get the picture. All right, and there it is. Now, remember Clipping Magic, green is everything you want to keep and red is what you want to get rid of. So I am going to just select him. Here we go. And I'm going to get rid of all of this. All right, that was pretty easy. Okay. It automatically, let's see how much of it. It got rid of everything. That was quick. Okay, so we just need to do a little bit of tweaking up here. So I'm going to make this brush smaller and just tweak around the top a little bit. And all I'm doing is barely tapping this. Let's look down here. Okay, so we need to get the hands. Okay. And we need to get rid of this white area in here. So let's get rid of that. And remember to always look over here in your results to see how it looks. And I think this is probably okay. We'll get rid of a little bit of this just to make it a little uniform. All right, I think that looks okay. All right, and because this picture is, it's so wide, I would wind up cropping this, but let's try to do some shadows. Let's see. Okay, that gives it some shadow, a little bit of depth. Let's see. Move shadow. Let me move it. No, it's just the whole picture. Oh well, you know what? I would leave it just like this. This is good enough. All right, and then let's crop this down. Let's crop this picture down, and I'm just going to take it a little bit above the head. I don't care about the shadow down here because we won't see it anyway. And there you go. So now this picture is cropped. All right, so we can use this to create this picture here. So let's download this. Okay, so there's also some colors going on here, and I don't know what these colors are. And since I'm on a Mac, I can I have a tool that's called digital color meter. So I'm going to use this tool. And what I want to see is this picture. This is the original one. And what I want to do is get the color code for these two here. So I'm going to write this down. This code, the R is 98, green is 2, and blue is 4. And then when I get on this is 151, 3, and 6. And the reason I want this is because now I can take and create another canvas with pretty much the same colors or close to the same colors on here. And I do that. I don't need this anymore. We can close this out. There is a program called RG, what is that? RGH or RGB2 hex. Where's my program? This is it. I couldn't even get it right. Okay, so for this first one, I'm going to put the numbers in here, 98, 2, and 4. Okay, so there's the first color, and that number is 620204. Okay, and the next number, 151, 3, and 6. And convert that. All right, and this number is 970306. Okay, so I got my two colors. So I'm going to go on over here to, oh, there's one other thing I wanted to do. I wanted to find out the canvas size of this picture so we can use Canva to create it. So let's see what this says. This says this is 1000 by 430. So that's the size I'm going to make the canvas when we go over here to Canva. Okay. So we're going to use a custom dimension, and that was 1000 by 430. And there we go. So let's upload that picture, the clipped version. Okay, and we're gonna put that here. Pretty cool, huh? But actually, before we do that, let me get rid of this one. Let's make the borders down here. So that picture has these two borders on the bottom. So let's create those with just some shapes. We're going to do two shapes. And I am going to pull this down. I'm not sure of the sizes, but or the height of this, but we can always play around with it. And now I want to make this red color. So let's add that color, and that one at the bottom was 970306. Okay, so that's that color. Let's see, sort of. It's a little bit lighter, but we can work with that. And then I'm going to put another one here. And this one was slightly bigger. And this color was 620204. Okay, and let's look back at this picture, and if we put them side by side, hey, that's that's pretty doggone close. So if I make these that size there, I can, this bottom one is about the right size, but this one is slightly bigger. So let's see, just a tad bit smaller. And that looks like that's about the right size to me. Okay. So now we can take and put the picture of him in here. And let's see, how tall was this? Let's pull this over here, line it up. And, oops. We can make this a little bit taller. It's not quite up to the top, but there you go. Oh man, that's too much shadow there, I think. Yeah, I think that's too much, a bit too much shadow. Let's see if we can crop this a little bit, just to try to get rid of it. Why won't this thing move? Let's see if this makes any difference. No, it doesn't. All right, so let's go back over here. And let's look at these shadows and let's get rid of that shadow. Let's see. Radius. Let me look back at this picture and see. That's more of a better. Let's take it down a little bit more. Don't want it to stand out. And let's also crop this down a little bit smaller. Let's just get this. All right. All right, so let's download this again. And it is fireworks night here, so all that banging you hear is the fireworks. Okay, so let's go back to Canva. Let's get rid of this one. We don't want that one. Let's delete this. And let's try this one. Let's see what this one looks like. Well, let's see. Nope. Don't like that at all. All right, so what we're going to do here is just get rid of the shadow, period. And let's download this. You know, with all of this, it's just, you know, tweaking, testing and tweaking. That's really what it's about. So let's get rid of this one and let's upload this one. All right, and we can work with this one for sure. So let's bring this to the bottom. Let's put him there. Okay, so this picture doesn't look that much different than this one. I mean, that's pretty much dead spot on minus the shadow. But I can't, I mean, we can probably work with it, but it's not like someone would look at this picture and say, oh, you know, there's no shadow on here. I mean, the shadow does give it more of a realistic view, but like I said, I'm sure nobody's going to look at this and say that. Okay, so now we have this different colored text right here. So what I'm going to do is use my color meter again, and get that text color. And if you don't have this on your computer, if you just do a search, I think this comes standard with Macs, but if you just do a search on something like color, identify colors, we'll do it later at the end of this video, see if we can find something. Okay, so I want this color right there. So that is 255, 195, and 91. And let's go back over to here and put this color in. 255, 195, and 91. And there's that color. And I'm just going to copy this over back into here, and we're going to put some text here. And what I want is to add this color. And there we go. And let's just pull this down here. And as you can see, that is too big, so let's go to 28. And we can stretch this across here. I'm not sure, what can we figure out what kind of text that is? That's probably, let's try this. That might work. Add text. Just put this in here too. Okay. Oops, didn't mean to do that. All right, so that's that part. And then, okay, that's just white text. So we'll put some text in here, make this white. White text, come on, why isn't that? Never seen it do that before. Okay. And let's go back to that same one. And let's see if we can bold it. Like, is this bolded? Oops, wrong one. Well, let's see. Let's put this in here. Actually, this text is slightly different. Let's see if we can find something that's close to it. That needs to be a little bit heavier. This text here is a little, oh, let's try that one. Ah, that might work. Oh, no, that's too big. Let's see if we can find something that looks similar. What about that? Yeah, this might do. So then we would put that there, that there. All right, so we've got that. Now what else do we need? So just a line going across here. I have no idea, but we're gonna, what color that is, but I think I can kind of figure that out. So let's go to lines. I just want a line. It's too thick, how about that? Oh, no, it's got stuff on the end of it. I just want a line. What about that? Okay, so we can use this and just make this, let's see what this line looks like. Can we make this smaller? I don't know if it's gonna let me drag. Nope. We need just a line. Do they have just a line here? Well, you know what? I'll fix it. This is how I am going to call myself creating a line. I'm going to use this because I have total control over something like this. Whereas on those other ones, you have to, it's a little bit difficult. Okay, so that's coming just above his shoulder. Let's try to make this a color that's close to that. That was kind of like in a greenish, orangey, yellowish, whatever that, goldish. I might have to use the color picker because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find it. Oops, didn't want to move him, but that's okay. We can move him back in a minute. Move this all the way over. And remember, it's just because it's off, it doesn't. This program, if you pull something off of the canvas, it automatically trims it or crops it for you. So let's just get that about right there. And him about right there. And let's look at the two pictures. All right, this line is a little bit thinner than that. Let's see if I can get it any thinner. I'm not sure that I can. Maybe that's as small as it gets, but oh well. That's close. Besides the thickness of the line, this line does not extend all the way to the end, so let's kind of bring it back in size. Okay. And let's get it back at his shoulder height. Oops. That's a little bit thinner now, isn't it? So that was about, like, say, right there. And if we put these two together, all right, so that's telling me it could move down just a slight bit more. You know, and this is pretty much all that I would do with this. Kind of lay them together. That's about at the same height, I would say. Oops, I did this again. Let's bring this picture in one more time. Line these up. That's about the right height. That's about right with everything. You know, I think this looks pretty good. And the rest of the text, you know, that can all be put in there. So that's exactly how I would model a picture. Oh, and this has this little triangle here, and we can put one of those there too. That's real simple. Oops, let's find a triangle. Here we go. There's a triangle, and let's get the color, which it was, I think it was this. And we just make this smaller, rotate it that way, and oops, just move it over. There you go. That's as simple as it gets, people. Now all you have to do is, you know, add your text in, whatever else you want to put on here, and we are done. Okay, you know, I thought about it afterwards, talking about the shadow on this, and I think one of the areas that I messed up on was clipping this too short. So I just wanted to see if this would work. If I put the shadow back on here, which I think the shadow looks pretty good, and let's recrop this by giving it a little bit more, because what I was doing was cutting it off right in the midst of the shadow, so the picture really had nowhere to blend in to the white canvas on the Canva program. So let's close this and let's try to download this again, and let's just see what happens. Again, everything is all about you know, just testing, tweaking it. That's how we all learn. So, okay, let's upload this picture. Let's see what happens. This is number 4. And let's get rid of this one. Put him in there. And yeah, see, that was it. I had clipped it too short. And there you go. Now that looks a lot better. You can see a shadow. That's pretty much almost a mimic of this one. So I think we've got this fixed. I just wanted to add this on to the end after I thought about it, you know, about how we could fix that. And again, it's just testing, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what might work, and we figured it out. So we're good, and you have a good one.